So here there is no difference. Okay, RAC cloning is easy. How I can say easy? We do core cloning first. We do core cloning first. Then we convert the DB into RAC. So you can do any method. You can do any method while performing flow. I showed a auxiliary duplicate. So you have to do suppose manual, you can do. Okay, it's like a core clone. But you have to take the backup in core database. You have to copy the backup pieces to not okay. You have to take the backup in first set of cluster node. You have to copy it into second set of cluster nodes. Then so you have to restore the control file, restore the database, recover the database, create control file with set option with different database name. Then we have to open the database with reset logs. After that, you have to create a new like a thread 2. Okay, you have to create the thread 2 if in case required. Thread 2, then you have to set up the parameter file which is pointing to both the instances, first instance and second instance. Then so configure srvctl, then start up the instance with srvctl. All these steps like you have to follow RAC related steps after the cloning activity. Cloning is as usual like core. Okay, what are the other steps we need to do for RAC? We have to do. I think let me stop the third node whether the clone is completed. Okay, yesterday we did only software installation KNR. Okay, we didn't do any cloning. Clear, KNR?
Yes, sir.
So we did only software installation. So RAC software installation we did for RAC 3 and RAC 4. Now we are proceeding with the clone. So we are going to take up this one. Okay, this method. So you can do, okay, as per the core. Okay, if you understand core related cloning activities, you can able to do. One method is enough. Okay, so until the clone is completed, you have to follow these methods. Okay, if you know core, you can able to do the cloning. Okay. What are the additional steps we have to follow? Let me show here. In the core, what do you do? Take the backup, the source, then copy to target, copy p file to target, and make necessary changes. Here in RAC additional changes, we have to put the cluster underscore database is equal to false. Okay, in the p file. What are the changes we have to do? Additional changes compared with core. So we have to put cluster database is equal to false. That is very, very important. The fourth one, put the database in normal state. Fifth one, restore database by using auxiliary option. Okay, if you put cluster database is equal to false means it's a standalone database indirectly. Okay, it won't work like a RAC database. It will work like a standalone database. Restore database by using auxiliary option, like how you are arman auxiliary slash duplicate database to suppose ms test backup location, that backup location. The same way the core till now the core cloning is completed. There is no much difference. Sixth step, configure the p file, okay, for both the instances. Okay, what are the parameters inside for both the instances? So we have to put the parameters like the major parameters. Suppose if this is a ms test one, well, an instance number. Okay, every instance has a number. We have to put like this one. Instance number is equal to 1. I think in the migration I explained. Okay, if you practice migration, you can understand cloning. ms test 2, the instance 2. ms test 1 undo underscore table space is equal to undo tbs1. ms test 2 undo underscore table space undo tbs2. ms test 1 thread is equal to 1. ms test 2 dot thread is equal to 2. Cluster underscore database is equal to 2. Okay, these are the parameters. So we have to put additionally in the p file after the clone is completed. Okay, after the clone is completed, here till here the clone is completed, right? You have to shut down and put all these parameters in p file. Then again you start. Okay, you start up the DB in no mount state. Eighth one, create SP file in the disk group from P file. Create SP file in the disk group from P file. How to create? Create SP file is equal to plus suppose something like data if you have. Okay, as per my understanding in RAC 3, what is the disk group name? Connected to somewhere disk group. Yeah. OCR VDSK. So here you have to give plus. So OCR VDSK SP file ms test dot vara from P file. It's done. Then shut down the instance. Then add the database in srvctl and also add instances. srvctl add database -d ms test -p. We have to give the SP file location -o. We have to give Oracle home. This is the location. Okay, after doing this srvctl add instance -d ms test -i ms test1 -n rack 3. Second instance we have to add ms test2 rack 4. Then start srvctl start database -d ms test. Cloning complete. Can you tell, okay, what are the core cloning steps? What are the rack additional steps based on the steps which I mentioned?
First 5 steps are
Till here,
first. uh,
till here, core. Okay. From here, rack. Okay. The major part is core only. Okay. Rack is very minor part. We are going to do the same. Till here, you can use any method to perform the clone. If it is a core method or like if it is a active duplicate method or if it is a manual restore method or if it is a auxiliary duplicate method, you can choose any one of the method. Till here. Till here, you need to follow core steps as usual. From here, you have to do the modifications related to rack. In the core cloning, what is the additional step you have to do? Additionally, you have to set this parameter cluster database is equal to false. This is the only one change you have to do in the P file. Make sure you have to understand. Okay. If you know one cloning method, you can do another cloning method. If you know core clonings. If you don't practice core clonings, I cannot do anything. Okay. Remaining steps are same. Okay. We should have a listener up and running in the target database for performing active duplicate and TNS entries pointing at both sides. Password file has to be created both sides. Then connect to ARM and target and ARM and auxiliary. Okay, you have to set up parameters if needed, like DB file name convert, log file name convert parameters if needed. All these things are common. Okay. You just need to follow as like core. Okay. So then we have to follow remaining steps related to rack. This is rack 3. Here I am starting only rack 1 and rack 3 because after clone is completed like as core, then I will stop rack 1 and I will start rack 4 because we don't have that much of resources in our system. We can always start only 2 nodes. We have MS prod, I think MS prod 1. MS prod 1 is up and running. So we need to check whether it is enabled with RK log mode or not. It is enabled. Okay. Now I am going to take the backup. We created some core database here mostly. Okay. So kprod, let me remove this. We don't have that much of space. Kprod, while performing migration, we did this. Saying permission denied. Now we have 7.2 GB. Go to U01 app Oracle. So MS prod. Here we have backup Arman. This is the location. So Arman target slash show all. So parallelism 4 already set. So configure channel device type disk format percentage d underscore percentage s dot arman. So backup database current control file plus archive log. Expected archive log not found. Have archive log. Cross check archive log all. Just deleting. Okay, you shouldn't do in real time. I am just deleting for us. Okay, from our side, if we delete also no impact, but in real time there should be definitely impact, because if the archaeologs are already backed up, if you delete there is no issue, but if those are not backed up, then it will be a trouble. Our side, just for taking the backup, I am deleting the archaeologs. Backup is completed. And also you need to copy this to here, because it will ask the control file back, auto backup control file also. So we have to copy this from here to some other location here. Let me put here somewhere mkdir rman. Need to check this space. 10 GB available. SCP star 192.168.1.103 colon this. Okay, the first step is done. Okay, the next step is copy to target. In progress. KNR.
చెప్పండి.
అది మీకు 19C లో that is the new feature to perform the clone. ఓకే, మీరు రిమైనింగ్ మెథడ్స్ యాజ్ యూజువల్ కోర్ మెథడ్స్ ఫాలో అవ్వాలన్నా అవ్వచ్చు.
ఓకే,
ఓకేనా? సో యాజ్ యూజువల్ కోర్ మెథడ్స్ ఫాలో అవ్వచ్చు అనమాట. సో అది ఎడిషనల్ ఆప్షన్ కాబట్టి ఏదైతే న్యూ ఫీచర్స్ వచ్చినాయో అవి మాత్రమే చూపిస్తున్నాను నేను. మీరు కోర్ క్లోనింగ్ కూడా ఫాలో అవ్వచ్చు. కోర్ క్లోనింగ్ ఫాలో అయినప్పుడు యూ విల్ గెట్ ద ప్రొడక్షన్ డేటాబేస్ నేమ్, రైట్? అంతేనా?
ఎస్ సార్.
దాన్ని మీరు ప్లగబుల్ డేటాబేస్ ప్రొడక్షన్ నేమ్తో వస్తుంది. బిఎస్ ప్రోడ్ అని రావచ్చు సపోజ్. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు రీనేమ్ ద ప్లగబుల్ డేటాబేస్. ఓకే, వీ హ్యావ్ రీనేమింగ్ కమాండ్స్ ఇన్ గూగుల్. ఓకే, సో మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్ ఆర్ ఫాలోయింగ్ దిస్ DB link concept. Everyone in the industry. Okay, it is very easy, right? One time you have to create the DB link. Next time you can use the same database link and perform the clone. Just one statement will take care of entire cloning activity. Copy is completed. So we are in RAC 3 now. We have backup pieces available. Now you have to take the backup of P file in the source. Create P file is equal to /tmp/p file dot vara from sp file. va/tmp p file dot vara. Okay, these are all the things we have. We just need to copy this to target server 192.168.1.103 colon which location we have to copy. cd $oracle_home/tps. Read it is showing dot space var inv ms test1. So this is the location we have to copy. P file is copied. Okay, cp p file init ms test1.vara vi open ms test1.vara. So remove all these hidden parameters. If the parameter starts with underscore means it's a hidden parameter. You can remove that. I think few parameters are deleted. Let me put like okay. So I already told you cluster database parameter should be false. Okay. And here also, what is the disk group name? I have to mention for control file. OCR underscore VDSK. So control file we have to set like OCR underscore VDSK. Control 01.ctl. db create file list also you have to set OCR VDSK. Yes. Here db name you put ms test. So you have to disable the parameters related to instance 2 and modify accordingly. ms test 2. Comment this ms test 1 instance number 1. Okay, remove all log archive test. Next, here also you remove ms test 2. Comment thread 2 ms test 1. ms test 1 undo table space ms test 2 undo table space. Comment this. Okay, commented the parameters related to ms test 2. Okay, so now the p file is ready. Once the clone is ready, then we will enable all these parameters. Startup amount. Database started in no mount state. Exit. You just need to go to the backup location. This is the backup location. Here we have files arman auxiliary slash. duplicate database to ms test backup location, this location. Okay, till here we are doing core cloning. Okay, we are not doing rack cloning. Till here, this concept is core. Okay, from next step onwards, we are moving to the actual rack related steps. So those steps mainly you have to focus. What are the additional steps comparing with core you have to focus?
Coming to me.
You can clearly see here, this ASM concept is working on OMF. Okay, this ASM concept is working on OMF. We have to set a parameter in P file, db create file test. You just need to specify that disk group. Okay, that is enough. If you specify like this way, automatically the data files and read log files, everything will be created in that location. Okay, so OMF is nothing but Oracle managed files. Oracle will create the files automatically. We don't need to mention the data file name like